All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live here. All right. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about YouTube leads. All right, so we're going to be covering YouTube leads. I've been running some campaigns, learning how to run YouTube leads. They're kind of a little less popular than the Facebook leads, which people have been used to in Final Expense for years. And Facebook leads are still good. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I just ate a bunch of Chinese food. Facebook leads are still good. They're still a huge source of leads. There's definitely plenty of sales made off of Facebook leads, but I'm going to go over my experience with YouTube leads so far and what I've found about them. And maybe it will help you guys a little bit. And I'll kind of go into how YouTube leads are generated and the things that you can do with them. So, live on YouTube. I'm just going to send this email out here. So what I'd like everybody to do is just grab a pen and piece of paper if you can. Open up a note on your phone just so that you can learn. Take some notes here. All right, we're going to learn what a YouTube lead is, how it's generated, the difference between Facebook and YouTube leads, the intent of YouTube leads, what types of devices YouTube leads come from, how to handle them, costs, stuff like that. So live, I am. Oh God, I am now live on YT discussing YT final expense leads. All right, so I'm just gonna go share this for some people here. I see I got some viewers here, and we're gonna share this link. Hopefully we get some people in here. Send out this email. Please join me live on my YouTube channel now to learn about YouTube final expense leads. All right. And here we go. And I'm going to send that. Then we will be ready to rock. So if you're watching this, you can just fast forward a little bit till I start talking about them. If you're watching a recording of this, I'm actually live right now. So, but if you end up watching a recording of this, then you can just fast forward. And as I'm going through this, you guys can ask any questions that you want as I'm going through all this stuff here. So appreciate the audience, appreciate your attention. Okay, so what's a YouTube lead? So a YouTube lead is a YouTube final expense lead is a lead where someone is on YouTube, and in YouTube, well, it could be on YouTube, it could be on Google when they're going through several different things, but typically someone's on YouTube and they watch a video, and then in between the video, there are ads. And in those ads, a video is played, typically that explains like what the product's about, what the company's offering for a product or service. What's up, Bryant? What the company's offering for a product or service. And then in between those ads, there are videos that are played. I mean, in between the video, there's video ads that are played, essentially. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you an example of what this is. Now, fortunately I pay the $15 for YouTube. What do I pay for? YouTube Premium, right? Or it used to be like YouTube Red or something like that. Or YouTube, I think YouTube Premium, something like that. Hold on, I'm gonna go here. I'm going to show you what the video I have looks like. So YouTube Premium, it's where you don't have any commercials, but YouTube Red. Okay, cool. I'm going to share what the video that I have on my ad that I run for YouTube leads looks like. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys. I've done some experimenting, so I'm going to share with you guys some stuff on how you can lower the lead cost and actually what the lead cost is going to look like for you if you decide at some point to learn how to run YouTube leads, because we've gotten the cost on these pretty far down. So let me just share my screen here. I don't know if I can share my the audio, but we'll see if you can. Oh yeah, share system audio. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna share this here, and I'm gonna play it. So this is what the ad looks like. So picture Betty Jones, 70 years old, watching YouTube, and then all of a sudden this pops up for a commercial.
Get final expense life insurance to protect your family against the rising cost of funeral expenses. Up to $50,000 in life insurance for funeral, cremation, and other final expenses for people ages 50 to 85 with no medical exams, lifetime coverage. What are you waiting for? Take advantage. Rates never increase. Decrease. Stop putting this off. There is no waiting period on these plans. Just click the link below to see which discounts and benefits you're eligible for. Plans run as little as $40 per month. Act now. Don't delay any longer. Click the link to receive your free information on the best final expense programs available in your state.
So I was muted there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my bad. So I was, yeah, I know. I got it. Sorry about that, guys. If you click it, so what happens is they're watching the video and then they click the link below that, and it brings them to a landing page. Okay, landing page is very simple. It's just like, hey, you want some more information on final expense programs, and I customize it to put their name, number, whatever they want to have in there, and that's how it is. They fill out the information and then they submit it, and then I get yeah, Johnny, I'll cover that in a bit, man. And then what happens is I get the information on my cell phone. I have it uploaded into my CRM directly. I have it put on a Google Sheet, and I get an email. Okay, so they watch that video. For all you guys joining here, I played an ad on for a YouTube ad for final expense. So they watch that. It's pretty high intent, right? Like if someone watches that and fills it out, they know exactly what they're filling out. It's no like, oh, state approved burial program that you see if you qualify for what the state has for you. You know, it's none of that like, low like that's it's the thing is when if you buy leads from a vendor, most of the time the vendors have a big staff. There's only a couple vendors I know about that don't have a huge staff that do most of it on their own. They have to pay their staff. There's a tremendous overhead. So their cost per lead actually is expensive, more expensive than what it says on the ads campaign, because there's all these other costs associated with it. Some of them have offices they rent out, stuff like that. So they have to charge more. And the thing is, for them to run very high intent ads like that, sometimes it may not make sense to them because they're like, okay, it's going to cost a little bit more money per lead for me to run an ad like that. And I have to sell the leads, because if someone's like, hey, I'm selling Facebook leads or YouTube leads for, $20, and the guy next door is selling them for 15, who are they going to go with? Well, they're going to go for the guy selling them for 15, right? But you don't know the ad. That's the big thing, guys. When you buy leads, you don't know what the marketing is. They could say it's one thing and it may be something else. Sometimes you know, but a lot of times you don't. So when you have control of your own like this, you have control over that. But anyways, it's pretty high intent. Like everyone I talk to and call, they know exactly what I'm talking to them about. Sometimes it'll be a wrong number. Sometimes they're just grouchy, but that's seniors, but much higher percentage of people know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I got my little dog here. She's trying to creep up behind me, and she's kind of nudging me. All right. So that's how it's generated. Now, the difference between YouTube and Facebook leads. So this is the thing. Most Facebook leads are generated on still images, okay? So most Facebook leads are going to be generated on ads through still images, meaning like they're scrolling through the feed and there's a picture of a casket or like their state's flag or like a gravestone or a funeral or something like that. So it initiates an emotion, and then they read it and they're like, hey, is this going to help me solve that emotion, right? It makes them understand, oh man, they're thinking about it. They're like, hey, I'm older now. They see death. It's something that's a more bigger reality. And then they read in the ad whatever it is that sells them on the idea of requesting information on these programs. So a Facebook lead is very emotional, and it's hard to hit them on the logical end with just an image. And Facebook leads ads with videos don't perform as well, okay? So you're rarely ever going to buy leads from a vendor who sells with a video ad on Facebook, because it's a different platform. They're scrolling through it. YouTube, they don't have a choice, right? They have to watch the video. for at least a few seconds. Facebook, you can just keep scrolling through. Don't matter. You just scroll. So that's why images stick out more, and they're better for leads on that platform. But on YouTube, not only can you hit them from the emotional side of it, you can also hit them from the logical side of it. All right. So I tried to hit them from the emotional side, where you could hear it in my tone, like, "What are you waiting for? Act now. Stop putting this off." It's like kind of like that, trying to trigger that emotional part of it. Rising costs of funeral expenses, like have a sincere tone, but then also they can see on the bullet points and when I explain the program that it logically makes sense and that, hey, wow, those are good features. So it's kind of like a twofold marketing and advertising where they're getting sold on two things. And if you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat here as I'm going, please. Thank you. So that's the difference there. Now, intent can change. You can have a video that's a little less lower intent, and you may have a lower cost per lead, and then you can have a video with a little higher intent, and the cost per lead increases. But that's just how it goes. So it's up to you how high intent you want on your video ad. But the more higher intent it is, usually the lower cost per acquisition it actually is. Because if those people click on it, then there's a really good chance that that's what they want. Okay. Now, I've also found that like 90% of these people have iPhones. Okay. At least 80% have iPhones because when I text them on my phone, it shows up blue. So it's pretty cool. So I notice, hey, these people, these final expense YouTube leads have, these final expense YouTube leads have iPhones. A lot of them, sorry, I was distracted. I looked at my phone to show you guys and then I looked at that. So a lot of them have iPhones. So you text them in blue and it's just, what's this show? Anybody drop here? What do you think that means if they have iPhones? What would that say to you about the lead, about the person you're calling? If you got a lead, they got an iPhone. What's that say? Well, while I'm waiting for them to come in, number one, they probably have a cell phone bill they consistently pay every month. Does that make sense? Very rarely is someone going to get an iPhone with like a prepaid plan that they're paying month to month with a super cheap thing. Okay? Yeah, Taze said they got some money. So they're paying their bills every month, okay? iPhones aren't cheap. The new one's $1,000. And they're tech savvy. They're probably FaceTiming their kids and their grandkids. They know how to text, okay? They know like all these different things and it just makes them a more sophisticated person. And what's this also mean? They probably don't have Alzheimer's or dementia as much either. You're probably not going to run into those things. Or like crazy health conditions that are really expensive because sometimes that they are expensive and rarely do I see GI clients who like are got a bunch of cash. All right, so it's going to help with the quality of the client too, usually. Okay, and they you know that they have a bank account. There's going to be much less direct express people paying for their iPhone with their prepaid card or direct express. All right, so I think that says something about the quality of the client there when they have iPhones. Something I've noticed, and they're easier to talk to, get right to the point. This person, so these leads on YouTube, they're not as hammered as some of the Facebook people are. I don't mean hammered like alcohol. I mean like hammered like getting pounded on for lead stuff. So like I call them and I called the lady yesterday and she was like, "Hello," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you probably get calls like this all the time, don't you?" She just started laughing. All right, so it was a little bit easier to handle in the intro. So the way I would handle these leads, call them and sound enthusiastic and be excited. Sound like they should be expecting your call. My dog's about to flip out here because the cleaning lady's in the office just in time for my YouTube video. So handle them just like you would any other lead. I would take my script that if you don't have a script that you're using, I'll send you mine. Just email me jve@thejve.com. I'll put my my thing in here, my email jve@thejve.com. Johnny asked for a lead vendor. Yeah, I can send you a couple lead vendors. Yep, there goes my dog. So what's my cost per lead on YouTube, and what do you target in your YouTube campaign? So, cost per lead on YouTube, I've been getting anywhere from. I'll show you some campaigns that we're running on a larger scale, and then I'll show you some campaigns. I mean, yeah, just in general. So I took a screenshot of it, and you'll see. What do we got here? Cost per conversion, looking at like $6.84, $6.59. So we're looking at about $6. Okay, $6 for the lead. And then for a longer form video that I have, we're looking at about $12, $10 to $12. All right, that's what I've found. So I'm finding like um, time crew. James Whitley is my business partner. So we go through the same people. He's not my lead vendor. That's funny. He's gonna laugh when I show him that. We work. Our agents work on the same leads. James is our agents are. We have they're our agents. So I am technically James's downline, but if he heard me say that, he would get mad. He said we're business partners, and we don't buy. We run our own stuff in house. Okay, we run all our own stuff in house. So that's my cost per lead. And what do I target? I target people. The demographics are a little different than Facebook. You don't put like an age. It's like boxes you check, I think. And then there's a couple different campaigns we're trying. There's a Google Performance Max, which runs a bunch of banner ads and videos. And then those ones I showed you there were YouTube. I have a super high intent video I run. That's like $12, 12, 13. But cool thing, guys, is that on a lot of these ads, people are clicking to call in from the landing page. Okay? They're clicking to call in from the landing page. And I'm getting like 25 to 35, sometimes 40% of these leads are calling in directly on my phone. And because I'm running a low spend sometimes, because I have a ton of agents, so I'm not there like banging calls all day because I have to help my agents close sales. But like I'll give you an example. I had a guy, let me see, a man or woman call me the other night. Okay, here. I had someone call me from Kentucky at 10 p.m. So I have calls that come in like throughout the day from people clicking on the landing page to call me. So it's pretty cool. So I'm getting a ton of direct call-ins from this. So for every about 4 leads, I'm getting one of them that calls my cell phone directly. I can't always answer, but I call them back or send them a text message. And I'm getting a pretty good response or answer rate. And I'm also getting a really high response rate from texting people. All right. So when the lead comes in, you want to make sure you call it as soon as you can. And it has a high shelf life because I ran some of these ads a couple months ago and then shut it down. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna come back to it. And I called them yesterday. I called 25 of the leads yesterday, and I got a few presentations in, so it was good. We got one sale, a few presentations in, so it was good. Just going through and testing those out. They remembered, so they all seemed to remember what they were doing, and they were like on it. So that was great. Now cost, you can self-generate them. 2 ways to do it. You can go and try to figure it out on your own. I have a video on it, but it's hard. You gotta learn how to build a landing page. You have to learn how to use Google Ads. You have to learn the Google's platform. You have to. I want to run business. Yeah. You have to. There's just a bunch of things you have to get done on it. And then if you buy the leads, they're like $20, I think. A friend of mine normally sells them for 25. I asked if he could do them for 20 for people on my channel, and him and I worked together to try to figure out like how these leads work. So he also has a course that's a full walkthrough on how to sell, on how to make Facebook and YouTube ads, and he does consulting to help set it up for people. Awesome dude. That full consulting for that. I think it's normally when I did it a few years back, it was a couple grand, and then now it's 4,997, and I think I'm gonna get him I can get him to bring it down for my people, for my viewers if it's something you're interested in. So it's a full walkthrough course on it, but whatever. So that's a cost to learn how to self-generate. So you can learn on your own. There's 3 ways you can do it. You can buy them, you can learn on your own, or you can pay to learn. Okay, and that's it. Actually, B-Ball Life, I made my video ad. So I make videos, and that was actually really easy. But there's 3 ways to do it. If you want to learn 2 ways to learn how to do it. You can watch my video and do it on your own, or you can pay to learn. When I started, I paid to learn. I threw it on a credit card, and it cost me more money to not do that at first than it did to just pay him. This is the guy I learned from, because like I just it totally changed my life, the trajectory of my career. But cool, Noah. Sweet. Awesome. Taze, thanks, man. Yeah, run it. Oh, Taze says he wants to run business from 6 p.m. to midnight. Can't be that picky, bro. You know, uh, YouTube is different. You got to run it for a few, and this is why like you can try to do it off my video, but listen, from my experience, a cheap man pays twice with some stuff. It's a saying. My friend's dad told me he has a very successful business. I tried to figure it out. I didn't have the videos that I put on YouTube when I started. I tried to figure it out, and I just couldn't, and I wasn't doing it as well as I could. I paid Jeremy, my buddy. I have a video with him, and that's the guy who has the course. I paid him, and then he just showed me how to do it, and it really, 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 really helped me. The guy who you just saw on my last video, who did 84,000 his second month, he bought that course from Jeremy, right? So it's like, he got 5 sales yesterday. Kid's a beast. So, but yeah. So anybody, just a few more months. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also, guys, I'm in South Florida. I don't know if any of you are in South Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale area. A guy who usually is on these lives, he reached out to me. He's like, "Hey man, where do you live?" I saw his area code. I'm like, "Hey bro, we're close by." So, anybody have any other questions here? Can you share the link for the person who made? Yeah. So here, if anybody needs any like information, email me jve@thejv.com. Thanks again for the con. I follow you on Instagram. Love my dad's bumper stickers. Yeah, my dad's bumper stickers are something else. So I don't do any consulting for how to set ads up. I have my videos on my YouTube, but I will be more than happy to refer you to someone who has YouTube leads for sale that are really high intent and who has a course to help set up YouTube ads and Facebook ads. There's other courses out there that are like way more money, like $5, $6, $7,000. And it's usually just Facebook. This is like both for that. So whatever, you guys, if you have any questions on the leads or anything like that. What's the income modeling if I average 8K a week in sales over 3 to 5 years? Oh, Noah. If you do 8,000 a week in final expense sales, yeah, it depends what your commission percentage is, right? Depends what your commission percentage is. But I would just extrapolate that out and assume that in telesales, 70% of your business stays. It's kind of how I would look at it. I'd have to know more, Noah. Yeah, I'd have to know like, how many sales made up that 8,000 AP. How many leads you're getting a week. What's your commission percentage? What's your renewal percentage? So there's some math involved in that. Cool. So now I'm going to open it up. Anybody got any questions for me? I'd love to answer any questions that you guys have. So if you got any questions, just I'm excited to answer them, and anything you got for sales, marketing, any questions, anything at all. Asking sales dream with the round number. So let's say you do 8K a week. That's 50 weeks. That's 400,000 a year. Say 70% of it stays 280. You're not going to be at 100% commission on all of those. Honestly, man, it's really hard. I'm sorry, Noah. I can't say off the top of my head, man. What states have the best lead costs? I don't know, Taze. I would get, the more states you advertise in, the lower your cost is going to be. Okay, so the more states you're in, the lower your cost is going to be. So you may want to buy non-resident licenses. Said you get good response from text and Facebook leads. Andrew, I don't know if that's a question or what, but I want to answer it if it's a question. You said you get good response from text and Facebook leads. I get good response from texting Facebook leads. I get good response from texting YouTube leads. I get better response from texting leads that fill out a form on a landing page as opposed to like the platform's lead generation component. Are you doing the LOA model? Yes, here we do the LOA model. Here at SLS, we do the LOA model. We provide leads to all of our agents. So, we have thousands of leads get added to our CRM every week and hundreds, if not thousands, of live transfers every single week. So, like, it's essentially LOA, because we are paying for all this stuff, and people are at a lower commission percentage, and typically it's 50% plus bonuses, and essentially is unlimited leads to call. And the commission can increase from there, and there's a lot more ways than just like that. It's flat 50 on everything though. So like level, graded, modified gets paid the same, and then people increase from there based on production. We have other different things. If someone went to build a team here, there's no roll up debt. So there's absolutely no roll up debt, which is awesome because that'll really screw you. I want to run West Coast after work. Okay, cool. Yeah, but Todd, what you could do if you put it on a low spend, bro, you're gonna get those leads, and then you can just follow up with them. So you can try running to that. But the West Coast states are expensive. Cali's like $300 for a license. Oregon's not cheap. Washington's the cheapest West Coast state. You can do Mountain Time too. I want to run. Do you have a blueprint for LOA? Anthony, just email me here. I can cover some stuff with you. There's always obviously some proprietary stuff with our agency that I don't really think I should probably share, but I'll cover the basics. I'll tell you what I did before I joined Senior Life Services, for sure, because I was LOA before joining them, because I had the same model. They're just like 40 years ahead of me, so it was kind of a no-brainer. What are the benefits of our model? A lot. One is training, all right, mentoring, leadership. Most people can't just get into this business and go crush it, okay, with like on their own, okay, with like just a Zoom meeting here and there. Most people can't do that. Most people need guidance. They need someone to be able to answer the phone for them at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. They need someone to let them know that they are safe here, that we have a future together, and that we are working towards the same goals, and that we are a team in a unit, and that we are there to help each other, and we look out for each other. The people they need to feel like they belong somewhere, and like they can reach out to someone for help. So one thing about our system that allows us to do that is the programs that we have in place, so that coaches can be coaches and leaders can be leaders without having to worry about going and selling policies on their own. Okay. So it has to do with commissions and override structures and stuff like that. Number two, so that's leadership. Number two, it's very plug and play. So you never have to worry about buying leads from a vendor. Like we worry about that. You never have to worry about, oh man, this company's leads are garbage. Because when we don't make money unless our agents sell. So we're only interested in generating the highest intent leads that we can, because we don't make money off the leads. Okay, other IMOs make money off the leads. So there's a balance between intent and volume. For us, it's intent. So you're getting higher intent leads, and you have a system set up where you can just jump on the computer and crank out calls. There's thousands of leads every week that are added, literally. Like you can just call and call as many leads as you want. And live transfers come in throughout the day. So a lot of cool bonuses and bonus structures and incentives, a clear-cut path to progression. Also, I've never been screwed over here. I've never had anything tried to put under me or put on me that was like a swindly contract or something like that with like fine print that was going to screw me over. So I found that this was the best place for me. But everybody's got a different opinion on it. I know some people are like, oh man, but I'm at 100% commission. Okay, cool. Well, if you got 100% is zero. If you're not making any sales, right? The exception to the rule is the guy Peter I interviewed the other day, who did 84,000 his second month in the business. He's an anomaly. He didn't even know that was good, right? He didn't even know that was good. 84K AP in a freaking month, his second month, right? And he's an awesome guy. He's super talented. Most people aren't going to do that. They're like, hey, I need the coaching. I need to work with someone to want to role play on my tone with me. I need someone to role play on my presentation. I need these leads fed to me. I need someone to jump in on my call and help me close my sale. That's what we do all day. I need someone to help me close my sale if I can't do it. I need someone to help me learn what this insurance company is. I got to fix a policy. I need someone to help me with that. So there's a lot of things. That's kind of what it's kind of like what we do here. Any other questions, guys? You guys run the app and give an approval in the same call. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, look, I always recommend getting the approval on that same call. I, when I started, I would not let off the client. I would not let the client off. Here, I'm maybe too loud here. I would not let the client off the phone they if they were not approved. Like I would like get a sale locked in. I would do my absolute best to get a sale locked in. So we're answering an agent's question here. Keep going with questions, guys. We got a couple minutes left. I've been recording myself on the Roadcaster. I'm terrible, but I'm practicing every night. Great job, man. Super pumped. Super pumped. That's awesome. That's what you got to do. Right? You got to sit there. You got to record yourself, listen to yourself, critique yourself. Always one call close because callback is so much harder. Yeah, always go for the one call close. Although you will get, I mean, in this business sometimes you will get follow up sales, right? Especially telesales. Telesales, you will get follow up sales because the spouse might not be there or something, you know. Yeah, spouse may not be there, or like they don't have their checkbook or something like that. Shorting a script to affordable final arrangements package to ensure you're handling what? Is shortening a script to affordable final arrangements package to ensure your future family and friends or loved ones don't have to worry because of this life insurance package. Um, Andy, I'm not too sure what you meant for there, bro. Right, meant there, bro. Um, but hey, if you want to clarify what you're communicating, then I'll be more than happy to answer. Any other questions before we go here? We got another few minutes. You guys any questions of sales you had this week? Any questions about marketing or objections you couldn't overcome, or certain situations you ran into that you couldn't fix, or anything like that? All right, cool. Well, with that being said, guys, I appreciate your time tonight. If you have any questions for me, you can just email me, jve@thejve.com. Oh, what's your best advice to passing the exam on the first attempt? Check out my channel, actually, Life Insurance Exam Prep. I have a YouTube channel I'm building out to help agents pass their pre-licensing course. So if you want to learn how to learn through that, life insurance exam. One second here. Life insurance exam prep. Let me get this shared. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to share this channel in the chat, and there we go. So go to my channel. Watch some videos I have to study. And I would make sure you define all the words that you don't know. It's a giant vocabulary test. Okay, next reason why I'm looking down here, my screen is so big, my camera's like up here, and then the text is down here. So, sorry guys. What's your best advice for? I was trying to shorten paragraphs into one sentence. How do you shorten the script or your role to sell faster policies? You don't. You don't. You don't want to skip steps, Andrew. All right. So if you skip steps, you're going to lose sales. So shortening a script that's dangerous when you start. I would pick a script that people make sales off of, and then learn it. That's all you got to do. Memorize it. You pass your license course, or hopefully you will get your insurance license. So yeah. Any guidance on motivation and pep talk in the man in the mirror? I get it. Yeah. You got to get like laser focused on your goals. And what it can be from, look, sometimes you're not going to feel motivated to show up. You're not, but you have to anyway. But doing this is sometimes about at first when you're getting going, while you're getting those gears turning. It's about showing up every day whether you feel like it or not. There's going to be plenty of days when you guys don't feel like it. It's way easier to do other stuff than make your calls, set your appointments, knock on those doors. There's so much that that's easier to do and more exciting to do than that. Sometimes you just have to show up, and it takes some level of discipline to do that. Now, to stay motivated, I write down my goals. So this is what I do every day. I'll show you what I do. So I write my goals down. I have 5 goals I write down. Right, 4 or 5 I'm working on right now, and then I put a to-do list for each of those goals that I can do that day. Then my goal is just to get all those things crossed off that list. So I got a good amount of stuff crossed off that list today. I sent out group text messages. We got 20 license course signups. I'm running my YouTube live right now. I'm looking for an affiliate link for something for a license course. I called some YouTube leads, checked in with my agents, did a bunch of videos for my licensing course channel, mapped out another video for a YouTube channel. So did some reading, meals, my lifting. So I just go through and I write down everything that I got to do to make my goals happen that day. And I do it as soon as I wake up. It's like, boom, that's what I do. And then, or as soon as I get to the office. Okay. If I'm working at home, then it's as soon as I wake up. But that's it. Because if you write down that list, guys, in the morning, right when you wake up, it gives you some urgency. And you'll be like, geez, you lazy POS, get out of bed. So that really, really helps me. Like writing down my goals. Like if in the morning I don't want to get up, now I've built it to the discipline to where I'm like, okay, write down your goals and write down your to-do list. And then by the time I'm done that, it's like, man, I got to get up. I can't sit here because I have to get this stuff done. And once you start to see your goals be accomplished, you start to get more excited to do those things on the list. It is a grind at first, guys. It can be a grind. Vegeta, do you think your model of LOA is the best model to scale an agency to multiple 7-figure, or the FFL MLM model? Well, I mean, the FFL model has gotten to great company. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I do not want any lawsuits. Look what they've done in a few years. They're like hundreds of millions of dollars in annual premium in a year, right? Like, definitely they know a thing about recruiting and they know a thing about scaling. We want to start an insurance carrier. Okay, they are an IMO. We are an IMO, but we want to be an insurance carrier. So it's a little different. We want to be the people that the IMOs go to for their products. So a little different of an approach, I think. Okay, we want to make sure we have a highly profitable business with less agents that are average producing more premium per agent. So we want much higher percentage of our agents actually selling policies. And then eventually we could go into that model where we're the broker model, where we just take anybody, we give anybody with a pulse and a license a contract, and that's totally cool. And just let them hang on, because then obviously those policies come in, but it's a little different. So I've done a good job scaling. There are people in the other model that have done a good job scaling. I think the best model to scale is a single carrier model. If you look at like my friend David Price, he has people just at his agency, and then he also has broker contracts for people who want to add senior life insurance company to his to their repertoire. So he's got like the best of both worlds, right? Because he's got his people that are just all in SLIC. Then he's got some people that are brokers at other agencies who are just adding them for a contract. So right, with that carrier, they may sell a couple policies a month, whatever. He's still making an override on it. So that's the goal for us to get there someday, where we'll be like, hey, we got our peeps here with us. And then we also got some people brokered out and contracted through us. Hardest door to open is your car door. That's right. Right. Hardest thing to open is your car door. It's like I get up at 4:30 and go to the gym. I don't want to do that. Right. I don't want to do that. I do when I get there, but when I wake up, every single day I wake up, I wish I could turn over and lay down for like a split second. I want to just get some more sleep. You get the stuff running in you. It feels good. The snuggles. And then I got my little dog here who jumps up on my lap and like lays on my chest and licks me 'cause she wants me to lay down and not get up. So, there's factors. But Yeah, you got to find what works for you, right? You got to set a schedule that you know you can commit to and hold yourself accountable. And you got to be like the hardest boss on yourself that you've ever had. Really, you got to be really challenging boss. Okay, cool guys. Well, I got a few more minutes here. Any other questions? Door knocking saying, yeah, knock doors for years all over the U.S. Just jump and don't think. Yeah, exactly. So it's just if it's just door knocking. So Noah did door knocking. I actually interviewed a guy for my channel. He'll be on within the next couple weeks. I'm going to be putting that video. All he does is door knock, direct mail, final expense leads, and he does it really well. Does Prosperity really full comp on all plans? Why wouldn't everyone just write with them? I don't know, Vegeta. Um, I don't think so. I'd be surprised if they do. I really don't think they do. But I'm not in the broker world, so I don't know. They very well could. I get full comp on all plans, but my comp percentage is lower. So, um, if anybody wants to answer that for him, I don't think they do, but they could. I know they didn't when I sold them, when I was in the broker world. I didn't. Um, yeah, Vegeta. So Bryant said it. Just in our model, everybody gets the same comp, but like I highly doubt that they do the same comp for everyone. Modified, graded, super old, modified. Like plus their modified plan is it's it's not the cheapest. We'll say that. Anybody else? Thank you guys. Appreciate the questions. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you guys tonight, and I am looking forward to next Tuesday. I will actually be in California next Tuesday for a YouTube conference called Vid Summit. I will not be here next Tuesday. I might be. If I am, I'll let you guys know, but probably not. Time difference and probably not going to be. I'll post it on my channel if I am, but I probably won't be. But hey, thanks guys. Love your support. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you can share any of my videos and groups that have insurance agents, please don't just share it to your Instagram or Facebook or something. But if you're in groups with insurance agents in them, and you could share some of my videos that you found were helpful to you in there, it would be a huge help to me. All right, it really, really, really would be a huge help to help me grow my channel. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate the support.